Hi everyone. Today we are going to try to make an API to upload it to the Rapid API platform. I hope this will help anyone who is searching for Indian census data, and hopefully it will help me too. In this video, I will show you how to create an API and how to list it on the Rapid API marketplace. The best part is it's totally possible that you might even get some subscription and make a little money on the side. But personally, I am just making it for the learning purpose. I wanted to try something new. So I hope this helps you too. There are a couple of other platforms or marketplace out there, but I haven't tried them yet. In the future, I will definitely make separate videos on those as well. So let's get started. We will be making an API for the Indian census. You can easily download this data from the official Indian government website. Next, you need to create a free account on Supabase. It doesn't cost anything. As you can see, I have uploaded the entire dataset to the Supabase without changing anything. You might ask why. Well, the data is already optimized and I don't think there is any need to split it into smaller tables. I did try creating separate tables, but it ended up taking more space, so I dropped that idea. I found out that this flat structure is actually more efficient. I think the method is called single table inheritance or entity attribute value or EAV models in some context. I will research that and explain it better in other videos. In the future, I will also make a video showing how you can create these kinds of datasets on your own. Now let's build some functions and routes to fetch this data and show it to the user. Right now, I'm going to walk you through some basic functions. I hope it's not too hard to understand. So here you can see I'm importing async IO, async PG, .env and FastAPI and a few other useful libraries to help us connect to the database and create the API. If you want to install everything, just check out my GitHub. I have added a requirements.txt file with all the necessary libraries. Now let's talk about the database connection function. And before that, let me share you something very important. I'm using render to deploy this code. At first, when I tried using the regular Supabase connection URL, it wasn't working. It worked perfectly in my local PC, but once I deployed it to render, it stopped working. After a lot of trial and error, I found out that using the Supabase Polar URL actually worked, at least for a while. But even then, it sometimes took too long to connect to the database. So I created a function that tries to connect 5 times and that solved all my issue. If you are facing a similar problem, I hope this solution helps. And if you know why this issue is happening or how you can fix it, please let me know in the comments. It would be a huge help. So this function connects to the database using async pg. It retries up to 5 times if the connection fails. Also, I'm not using any ORM, just simple SQL and async pg because it's easier to work with and allows us to write more complex queries. In the future, I will probably make a video on how to use ORMs in Python project. But for now, this setup is totally fine. And I'm going to suggest you try to use SQL because SQL works better than ORM sometimes. So now let's take a look at some actual API functions. The root function is just a simple check to make sure the API is running. Then we have a route that gets the location data like states, districts, subdistricts, town and villages. Here we are using SQL to give the user only the data that they are asking for. So like if a user requests data for a specific state and passes both flag as true, we return subdistricts, town and villages. If include subdistricts is true and include places is false, we only return subdistricts. And if include subdistricts is false, it doesn't matter what include places is, like true or false. We don't return anything below the subdistrict level. We start by getting the state, then fetch the districts, and based on the condition, we fetch the rest of the stuff. Finally, we merge all of them into a proper JSON response. Here is the code for slash location hierarchy, and I have added some comments to help you follow along. Okay, so then we have a slash states route. This gives us a general data about each state, like how many district, sub-district, town, and villages it has. Sorting and filtering options and pagination support. I have also added support for selecting specific field like name, state, district count, etc. So if you don't want to get unnecessary data, this is going to work very well. It's similar to how we use GraphQL. Next, in the slash state population route, this one gives you population data based on the state names you provided. Optional filtering by urban, rural, or total, and whether or not you want to include population data or not. You can pass multiple states using a comma separated string. Behind the scenes, we use inquiries and return clean result, including TRU based population breakdown. So now we have created some useful APIs routes like slash location hierarchy, slash state location hierarchy, slash states, and like slash state population. This gives us a good general understanding of a state, how many district, village, and town it has, and the population by type like urban, rural, etc. I have made couple of other routes as well, but they are super simple and follow the same pattern. So now the coding part is done, and we are going to see how you can upload your API to Rapid API. First of all, you have to create a Rapid API account. It's simple and you can easily make one using your own Gmail. I hope you don't face any issue with this part. Once that's done, go to the Studio tab and click Add API Project. A new window will pop up where you need to fill out some required fields like name, description, category, etc. And if you are using FastAPI like me, you can easily generate an OpenAPI.json file and import it here directly. But I'm not going to do this right now because we will import it later. You will also see the option to import a Postman collection, but it wasn't working for me. When I tried to add a new Postman collection earlier, it didn't support it properly. If you have some idea about this, let me know in the comments. Also, you can manually add routes as well, which we will see later. Now we have to add our API routes, enable visibility. I hope you have already deployed your code on render. You will get an HTTPS route with a proper domain, and remember you need a proper domain. You cannot use localhost or anything like that. Here, for example, you can see my domain ends with .render.com. Also, one more important thing I want to mention. If you are using FastAPI with Unicorn during local development, then do not use Unicorn directly in the production. Instead, use Gunicorn as your production server. Here is the command you should use for render development. Gunicorn is better at multi-threading, handling crashes, and is more production friendly overall. So I hope this small suggestion helps. Also, you can see here $port. You just need to copy and paste this command, and don't change the $port because render is automatically going to put the right port here. Also make sure to create a slash root or slash health route because render uses it to check health or status of your service. And one last thing we have to add is cron job, which is going to make a get request in every 5 minutes so that render is not going to shut down our code. Now I hope you have deployed your project correctly and it's working fine. Just take your deployed route, go to the hub listing, general section and paste the URL there. Then allow visibility and add the health check route. Here as you can see I'm just using slash route. Now you need to generate the OpenAPI file. Just go to slash docs in your deployed app to test your routes. Here in the slash docs route, you can test all of your routes. and then go to the slash openapi.json route and you will get a raw JSON. Copy the content into a file and name it something like openapi.json locally. Now head over to the hub listing, then go to the definition section and CI/CD and import your openapi.json file there. Okay, let me tell you about a couple of issues that I have faced. Rapid API has some issue with Swagger OpenAPI. For example, when I made a route like slash state population, in this route state is appearing multiple times. It worked perfectly fine on the Fast API Swagger docs, but didn't work properly on the Rapid API platform. So I had to change my code. Like here you can see, I have changed the code and now all the states are coming as comma separated strings. I couldn't find any other way to add multiple state params. If you know one, let me know in the comments. Now that's done, we have to add docs and pricing. If you want to monetize your API, so go to the docs section and write some documentation. Here you can see I have explained some of my routes and other details. If you want, you can even ask ChatGPT to help you write it. Now let's quickly monetize it by going to the monetize section. You will see public plans, etc. Click the edit button to choose what kind of plan you want, monthly, pay per use or tiered. Put the price you want. For example, I have set mine to $5 per month. Then you have to add a quota, how many requests per month or per day. Like here you can see I am putting 10,000 requests per month. This same process applied to other plans like Pro, Ultra, etc. Now that's done. Let's explore the remaining tabs. One more thing, as you can see in the billing section, you can't use CI/CD in the free version, which we are using right now. Also, there's a limit on the number of requests per month. So this free version is good for the testing purpose. If you start getting some subscriber, then I recommend getting a small paid plan. Now you can explore all the other tabs like test, request, etc. And also you can see all the traffics which is coming to your API. To view your API in the marketplace, just go to the hub listing and click on this button View in Hub. Now you can see your routes and check whether all of them are working as expected or not. In my suggestion, you should always check this. I made this mistake of skipping this step and it took me quite some time. I had to change my code entirely. So that's it for the today. I hope this video helped you understand how to upload your API to Rapid API and test everything properly. In the future, if I get some more subscriber and support, I would love to go deeper and show you how to set up CI/CD for this kind of project so things like auto deployments, vision control becomes easier. If this video was helpful, please like, subscribe and share it with someone who might need it. It really motivates me to keep creating more useful content like this. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.